Psalms, it's kind of fun to read some of them because they start out with the psalmist venting. And you can, as you read through each of the Psalms, you relate to what the psalmist is going through. I mean, he or she is just like really venting and about all the mess that's going on in their life. And then you can hear, as the words progress through the psalm, how by the end of the psalm, the psalmist has kind of come to some kind of epiphany, revelation, or realization that things are going to be all right. Right? This is what's happening here in Psalm 43. Because it sounds like me. And it sounds like so many folk that I've listened to as you know, when folks sit down and they start telling you what they're going through and what they're dealing with and the problems in their life, and it sounds like so many of us. The psalm starts off with, "Vindicate me, O God. I'm being so persecuted. All them folk out there are just working my last nerve. Them folk over there, why do they keep messing with me like they do? I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to do the right thing. And they just won't do right. Get them, God." Remember, I love that going back to That's how we are. We feel that. We can relate to that. All of us. We can appreciate being in that place of, I feel helplessly oppressed. And it's real. And it's real. But I gotta ask the question, on the flip side of that, I don't want to diminish the realities of the hardships and burdens that people deal with. But at the very same time, I need us to challenge ourselves to not always so enjoy being the perpetual victim. Some of us kind of enjoy that place. It's always everybody else's fault. Poor me. Right? We love that place. We're happy there. We're content there. And it's always everybody else's fault. And we gotta own that that's messed up. That's not healthy. That's not a healthy place to be. Oh, come on, right is right. When stuff is going wrong and people are doing wrong, I'm not diminishing that. If somebody has done us wrong and hurt us, or we've been wronged in some kind of way, yes, that's real, that's powerful. We need to figure out how to but see, that's the point. How do we process the stuff that happens? That's really the issue. How do we, when it comes from external people or from situations, do we sit in our pity party and moan and groan and complain and whine, or do we look to God? And that's what happens in Psalm 48. It's almost like the writer starts off with the get 'em God thing. I've been so wronged. And he says, "Oh, send out your light and your truth. And let them lead me." So, see, that's a good thing, because we're turning to God. The psalmist is saying, God, guide me with your light and your truth. Which then takes the eyes off of the blame game. Right? And it turns it upward and saying, God, I need to be walking in your light and in your truth. And then by the end of the psalm, he asks that wonderful question, and that's what the title of today's sermon is. The psalmist asks this awesome question: why are you cast down, O my soul? And why are you disquieted within me? I've been there. I have to confess, I was talking to David at breakfast this morning. I'm there now. Disquieted, frazzled, frustrated, disgusted, in despair, discouraged. Sometimes we're there. That's where we are. When things aren't going the way we need them to be or we'd like them to be. Oh my God, get up in the morning, you wonder what kind of cards you're going to get dealt with today. Huh? Come on, you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh Lord, what's going to happen today?
Amen.
You know, we would like to wake up and go like, oh, what a beautiful sunny day, and it's going to be what? No, usually we're waking up in this place of, oh Lord, what's going to happen this time? Huh? Anybody been there?
Amen. Amen.
What God is about to happen today. Hopefully it won't be as bad as yesterday. Maybe something good. You know, so where is our head? Where are our hearts that we would find ourselves in that disquieted frame of mind? And so the psalmist is asking a good question. So I ask a series of questions. How much weight do we put on what other folk do? Huh? Do we let what other folk do or don't do get us bent out of shape? Do we? Yeah, we do. We allow too many folk to have too much influence on our daily peace of mind and happiness. That is just what is that about? Huh? Why do we do that? What makes me give you so much permission to mess me up? I just can't even walk in the same room. Oh, no, I can't be near them. Wait a minute. You ought to be able to go where you want to go and be at peace within yourself, be whole, whether they're there or not. Amen. Oh, I can't stand them, though. Oh, I just don't want to see them. Or there's so many examples. All of us, we got all these wonderful examples. Or the stuff that we do to ourselves. We'll get disquieted and frustrated at the self-inflicted stuff, the mistakes that we make, the shortcomings that we have, and we kick ourselves to death. Huh? It's a wonder we don't have butt bruises. From how we beat ourselves up so much. And so the psalmist is asking a good question. Why are you cast down? Why are you so bent out of shape, soul? See, that's the other piece, is that it's not just superficial bent out of shape. It seems like the upsetness and the frustration gets down into our deepest recesses. And it keeps us awake, and we're frustrated. So the psalmist goes right to the answer. He or she comes around and realizes, I need to be looking up instead of out so much. I will lift up mine eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. Psalm said right here, hope in God. For I shall again praise him, my help and my God. Today's gospel lesson is really fascinating too, because here in the 23rd chapter of Matthew, Jesus makes basically the same point to the crowds that are gathered. Because the people in Jesus' day were looking to their religious leaders for guidance. But their religious leaders were so busy with their ego tripping and walking around in big fancy robes and looking grand and glorious and looking for credit and honor and prestige. And he said, listen to what they say, but please recognize that they don't practice what they preach. Now, I can't point the finger because that's something that I do and all of us do. I don't always practice what I preach. Come on, I'm a realist. You know, I'm not all that I ought to be, but I ain't what I used to be. Then I what I ought, but it does not yet appear what I shall be, because I'm still, what is that old James Cleveland song? Please be patient with me, God's not through with me yet. but Jesus is pointing out to the crowd that, yes, listen to the teachings of the Sadducees and scribes and Pharisees. Listen to what they're teaching, because they're teaching you the law. They're teaching you the ways and the will of God. But recognize that they may not be necessarily setting an example that you need to follow. So do the right thing whether they do it or not. How many of us have been hurt by some preacher someplace? And we've heard it on news, we watch it on the radio, we hear about these big scandals where, you know, something's happened and some preacher went and did something they shouldn't did, and it broke a whole bunch. Yeah, that's all very hurtful. And then that person loses all credibility. Oh, I look forward to the day when all of y'all just storm out of here because you done found out all the mess that I'm doing. or why do we let what somebody else does impact us so much? The bottom line, my brothers and sisters, is that Jesus says it here to the crowds, look to God. Look to the Messiah. Look to Christ, who is the one, the way, the truth, the light, the one that will guide us and keep us into the path that we need to be. If we're looking to the right and to the left and behind us and everywhere else, we're going to always be distracted and disquieted. Instead of looking to Fred or to David or to Ken or to Michael or to Ed, I need to look to God. I need to look to God. I need to trust. That's why the song said, "'Tis so sweet to trust." It'd be great to trust in Dane. Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be good. That'd be wonderful. It'd be wonderful.
Good bet.
Yeah, it's a good bet. And it's a good bet too. But it's even better to put our trust in the steadfast one. The one that is consistently faithful and true. That has never let us down. There's an old song that I remember. I'm going to see if I can remember it. It just went something like this. He said, "If I can learn how to wait, no matter how long it takes, He'll fight my battles for me. If I can just hold my peace, if I can just keep still. He'll fight my battles for me. I can always depend on him, for I know that he really loves me. He's always by my side, and when storm clouds arise, he will my comfort be. If I can just stand the test, and then let God do the rest. He'll fight my battles. He'll fight your battles. Oh, I believe that he'll fight our battles for you and me. There's the hymn, "It is well with my soul, and peace like a river attended." So we got these wonderful hymns that we can tap and that we can use and that we can rejoice in when we're disquieted. Would you pray with me? Help us, Lord, to trust you more, to lean on you more. In those times of doubt and discouragement and despair, when things around us aren't what they ought to be, help us to lean on the Prince of Peace. You, O Christ, are the Prince of Peace. Help us to surrender to you and to trust you in all our ways.